and welcome back, my darling conscious rebels. Today we are going to be taking a look at what do you need to do to become absolutely unrecognizable by this time next year. How can we level up? Okay, that is what we're going to take a look at today. I'm very excited about this reading. I love talking about self-development and growth and how to become the very best versions of ourselves. And so let's take a look. We're going to start with some oracle cards to get the general vibe, and then we'll go into the tarot cards. Okay. Okay, Source. What does the lovely viewer need to know? What does the collective need to know about how to level up so much in the next year that they become unrecognizable? Okay. I'm just going to grab them all first and then we'll look at them together. Okay, what does the collective need to know about how to level up, darling? How does this collective level up and become unrecognizable? Okay, so we've got a few. And let's get into it, shall we? Let's start with the Oracle of the Radiant Sun cards. We have Mercury in Aquarius in the 11th house with detachment. And then we have, we've got Mars in Taurus in the 2nd house with defense. And then we have Country Cottage. It is time for the seeker to look within. What haunts you can only be faced by you. Okay, something to do with the mind here for sure. Looking within, of course, that is how you become the best version of yourself, right? Is to look within. Okay, so we have a timing card here. We've got a month of May. We've got Dolphin, financial gain, usually coming from something you did in the past. I hope I'm holding that at the right height. And then we have Purse, pay attention to your finances. Interesting. Okay, so it seems that money has something to do with your development, and someone who will become unrecognizable in your level up in the next year definitely has to do with focusing on your finances, but in a way that you never have before. Like treating your finances differently, treating it with a certain level of detachment, right? Like maybe taking risks in a certain investment or whatever decision that you make with your money, you do it with confidence and with an understanding that you are trying to better your future and gain a secure position. And apologies if you can hear my upstairs neighbors. They are currently stomping around and talking to each other. Detachment. Okay, before I look into the meaning of some of these oracle cards, I want to grab some tarot cards here to get a little bit of a bigger picture. That's a lie. I'm actually going to look at this detachment card first because I feel like these will be helpful in... Hello? Oh, I am looking at the wrong one. The wrong book. Okay, so let's do Mars, not Mars, Mercury. I will find it, I shall. So how's everyone doing today? Okay, ooh, I found it. Okay, perfect. Oh, it wasn't Venus. I mean, it wasn't Mars, it was Venus. I'm still working on my astrology, okay? Don't judge me. Oh, am I just judging myself? Let's continue. So Venus in Aquarius in the 11th house. An intelligent person looks ahead with detached interest. The cranium is marked with a phrenological map showing areas of intellect. He is immersed in thought, unaware of the idyllic scene behind. The C represents emotions. When this card is drawn in a reading, it may indicate a detached feeling in regard to one's relationship. Negatively, it can mean that there is no means of making contact. Okay, so this kind of talks about love, right? A sudden love affair with a friend, an unusual free love relationship, couples living separate lives, an agreement between lovers. And then it also over here, a word, let's see. Okay, so it's talking about someone with kind of unusual taste. Sexually, they can be somewhat eccentric and promiscuous. And Aquarians are creative and artistic. They are more likely to marry someone who has been a good friend for quite a while. Okay, interesting. So this leveling up may have something to do with coming into a partnership with someone. So maybe right now you are single, or you could be in a loving relationship with someone already. Maybe they have been friends for a long time, or someone who you really trust and admired in your life, and then you got into a relationship with them. In any case, I feel like for many of you, you're currently single and you're looking for that person in your life. But you don't want to necessarily be tied down in anything in life, right? You don't want to be tied down with your finances. Maybe sticking to a budget stresses you out. You don't want to be tied down with a romantic partnership. Maybe you're someone who maybe you're interested in more of like an open type relationship where you can spend time with more than one person. And yeah, I'm just getting this sense of like not wanting to be tied down. And so when we relate that to how can you best, like, how are you going to level up? How are you going to become unrecognizable in the next year? I think this has something to do with, the thought is not coming to me right now, actually. Let's get into the tarot cards and actually figure out how all of this connects. Yeah, defense, detachment, looking within, and then these money matters. And then also we have May. So this could mean that something like an event is happening in the next 5 months for you, or maybe it is happening in May. Maybe you're going to meet a possible romantic partner in May or 5 months down the road. Yeah, let's take a look into the cards. Okay, so source, how is this lovely viewer going to level up and become unrecognizable within the next year? And you know what, this one will have to come out too. Okay. So we have 8 of Pentacles, we've got 6 of Pentacles reversed, Death, 3 of Pentacles reversed, and the Hierophant reversed. I feel like Source is asking you to throw out anything that you have known before when it comes to money. This level up for you is very much related to your finances, because once you level up your finances and you have a healthy amount in your bank account, you are naturally going to level up the other parts of your life. Your wardrobe is going to level up, if you're into that kind of thing, right? Your health will be able to level up because you will have more money to be able to take care of yourself. Like, there are so many areas of your life that are going to level up naturally once you level up in your finances. But the cards are not saying that this has to do with a lot of action and going forth and making something happen. This really has to do with what is going on within and your beliefs that you have around money and the beliefs that you have around yourself. I wonder if maybe at some point in the past, there was someone in your life that you trusted and that you admired that maybe led you down the wrong path in regards to finances. Like, maybe didn't teach you quite the right things about how you should handle your finances. And yeah, they might have had some really rigid ideas that, like, this is the only way to do it. This is the only way. And you've been taking their advice and going along with it. And now you're at this point in your life where you're like, hey, like, this actually isn't really working out for me anymore. And I am really focused on becoming the best version of myself. And yeah, like, this certain idea that I've had for a long time isn't actually benefiting me. And so that's where Source is asking you to let go, let those old ideals die with your old self, right? Very fitting that in a tarot reading about leveling up, we have this death card, right? Because this is about not just death, but rebirth. And next to the May card, May being in spring, it's like, it can be painful for certain endings, right? Letting go of the old version of ourselves and our old ideas about how to do things can definitely be painful, but what is coming is going to be, it's going to feel like a breath of fresh air. It's going to be very renewing for you. And so we've got three out of 5 of the cards are pentacles. So yeah, this definitely has to do with material wealth and stability and security, like having things, especially with Taurus, Mars in Taurus in the second house with the defense card. You are holding on. Yeah, I really feel like there's a certain idea that you have been holding on about money that is not benefiting you. So let's ask the cards. What is this old belief about money that is not benefiting the collective? Okay, so we've got the Devil reversed, a lot of reversed cards coming out today. Death and the Devil. The Devil reversed. What am I feeling about this card? Especially in relation to this old belief about money that has been holding you back. Believing that you are like a slave to the system, or believing that you can't, that nothing that you do is going to move you forward. Like when I was talking earlier about the Hierophant and maybe having someone in your life who had this very rigid way of thinking, this could have been someone that was like, yeah, dude, it's just a rat race out there, and it's always going to be difficult. It's always going to be difficult. So you have maybe had this idea in your mind that no matter how hard you work, life is going to be difficult, and that you cannot bring more financial success into your life with ease and with flow. And also maybe this idea that you have to do it yourself, that no one is coming to save you, no one is going to help, that you have to do things on your own. That's very fitting for the idea of the devil, right? Like, so imagine the little devil on your shoulder telling you, you have to do everything by yourself. You're not going to be successful. Everything is so hard. It's just a rat race, blah, 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 right? I want to look into, I wrote some things down about this devil card. You know, okay, I want to look at my book, but also I'm thinking about shadows, shadow work. The devil card also has to do with shadow work. And then we had this other card about looking within. So like, it feels like these financial beliefs, these beliefs about money that you have is embedded like quite deep within you. And this programming, right? It's programmed into you at quite a young age. And like, I wonder if you grew up in poverty or like, you know, like low class, middle class on the low side, and your parents had this idea that everything's going to be hard and that it's not easy to make money. And also this idea of not wanting to take accountability for your own financial future, for the decisions that you make financially. It's like, yeah, not wanting to look at it and there could also be like someone in your life maybe struggled with addiction, like alcoholism or drugs, or maybe that's something that you have struggled with in the past as well, or you could be struggling with that right now, and you are looking for, you want a better life, you want to better understand yourself more, you want to level up, you want more from this life, and Source is telling you that you need to look at the icky stuff. You need to look at the stuff that no one wants to look at. You need to look within. And let me take a look at the Seasons of the Witch card here it's called Country Cottage. So the keywords are sustainability, self-sufficiency, and independence. Are you someone that is highly independent, like to a fault? And you maybe, yeah, it's like you don't trust others. You feel like the gifts that are being given to you are not going to stick around, or like that someone is going to request something. They'll give you something, but then they want it back. Do you know what I'm saying? I heard a noise outside. I think someone might be coming in, so my brain went a little like, whoop. Let's take a look here. So this says, welcome to spiritual homesteading, the practice of finding independence, self-determination, and sustainability for your soul's well-being. there's certainly no shortage of spiritual teachers, programs, and tools on offer. But the trouble with relying too much on someone else to guide you is that you lose the ability to stimulate your own healing and rewards. You're expecting someone else to show you the way rather than finding it for yourself. You know what's not serving your highest good. You know what you want and you know what you need. What you're lacking is the belief in yourself. Okay, and this card is saying to be more independent and it's okay to ask for help. So I'm wondering if maybe you have just been asking for help from the wrong kind of places, right? Looking for guidance in places where you haven't been necessarily getting the best advice. And to understand that the answers that you have are within you. They are within you. And it's like, if you want to level up and become unrecognizable in the next year, it is very doable for you. But there's this idea of balancing work and flow, or like work and rest, and making sure that you are flowing rather than grinding, right? Because at some point you have to recognize that you need to look at where you are at right now and where you were at a year ago, or 3 years ago, 5 years ago. Hell, maybe it was 3 months ago. Look at how much you have already changed. Look at everything that you have not only accomplished, but the kind of person that you are now, how you handle certain situations. Like, are you proud to be the person that you are? And maybe not in every single circumstance or area in your life, but you have already done so much improvement. And so now it's about looking at the icky stuff within you that you have been avoiding, and becoming your own guide, your own spiritual teacher. Like, the cards here are saying that there feels like a little bit of a juxtaposition with, it's like maybe you're too highly independent, but then maybe you need to be less independent and lean more on others. So there's something to do with this balance here. And as you move into this new cycle, this new season of your life, being unrecognizable has to do with the way that the confidence you have in yourself and the way that you carry yourself. And I feel like once you start working on that more and detaching yourself from what others think about you and working towards something because it matters to you and not because it's what like someone else wants for you, then I just had another thought, but it kind of drifted away. Yeah, I really interesting here. I have a lot of thoughts, but they don't always come out in a linear fashion. How annoying is that, where we just have all of these thoughts just floating around in your head and you're trying to like pick them all out and give them each like a spot to talk about. So I gotta wrap up this reading, but I just want to ask, what does it look like for you, once you look within, look at the icky stuff, trust yourself more, understand that letting go of your old self is vital and it's something that you must do in order to move into this version of yourself that you want. Once you work on these things and yeah, it's like spend more time in community, but don't like spend more time in community, but continue to trust your own guidance, and you don't have to take on other people's opinions so much and be like, oh, well, if that's their opinion, then they must be right. It's like really stand firm in your own truth and come to understand what beliefs that you have within you that are actually not yours at all, but were programmed into you. So what's the outcome? What does your next year look like? It's just going to be quick. Obviously, I see this financial gain usually coming from something you did in the past. So the work that you start doing today and that you have already started doing, and based off of the advice from this reading, in the next year, you are going to see that financial gain. And then also these are a lot of cards to fall out, but let me just take a quick look. Ace of Cups, Three of Cups, the Empress, the Hermit. Okay, so I'm seeing a new relationship for you. I know we didn't get too much into that with the reading, but I'm definitely seeing that you may be meeting someone who is really going to change your life in a positive way, and they're gonna like help you work through this stuff, like just through communicating with them and being with them. You're going to naturally start to work through some of this shadowy stuff and understand yourself more. And then we've got the Three of Cups here. So I'm even seeing you might be getting engaged or married, like some sort of celebration, or just really, maybe you're not even going to get into a romantic relationship, but you are going to find a group of people that lift you up so much and that allow you to be your authentic self. And you might be like working together, starting a business together, or just working on a creative project together. It's really going to put you on your path with this Hermit, this path of your true north, right? Like you're still figuring out some stuff right now, but in a year's time, you are going to be unrecognizable because you will truly understand your path, and you will be surrounded by people that lift you up. And then, oh my gosh, we've got the Empress card here. Girl, boy, they, them, whatever. Lovely viewer. You are going to be just so hot, and like not even aesthetically, but like, yeah, that too. But it's like your energy is so sexy. You are going to have so much confidence, and things are just going to be flowing for you. You are like, nature blooms where you walk. It's like you are just living this life of luxury. Like I definitely see wealth coming in for you in the next year. And this wealth is just going to transform your life, and it is going to take you from where you are now to being this unrecognizable person. Like this wealth is going to help you have better hair and have a better makeup routine and have a better wardrobe and everything, right? And yeah, it's really about doing that shadow work and doing the shadow work and letting go of these old beliefs that you've had, these rigid beliefs that you've had, and start thinking a little differently. Like, come at things with a new energy, with new ideas. It does not have to stay the same way that you have been doing it. Like, try something new, Like, I'm just seeing someone, like they're drawing something or they're writing something, and then they crumple it up and they throw it away and they start another one. Like, it's okay to start over. It's okay to keep trying until you feel like you have something that is really, really valuable and something that works. And I'm seeing from these cards, like part of this journey that you have into leveling up and becoming this unrecognizable version of yourself is creating something new, creating something with others, creating something in community, and creating something with loved ones. So yeah, that is everything I see for your beautiful reading, my beautiful viewer. So if any of this resonated with you, please like and comment and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me get my message out there to everyone else who needs to hear it. But yeah, that is what I see for your reading. I hope you have a great day, and I will bid thee farewell. Bye!